Been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some dope builds to play through. What's going on, everyone? This is the Mac Robertson. This is NBA 2K24. We're in the builder. We're going to play around with it. We got to get these builds through. We trying to go hard this year. For real, for real. I'm not going to actually say it. I'm going to let it be proven because we've been kind of slack in the last couple years. Anyway, let's get into it. This is going to be the Allen Iverson build. Anybody who knows me knows, at least for the last couple years, I'll at least get you an Allen Iverson build, if nothing else, or Dennis Rodman build. I'll get you those just to kind of start off with, but we're going to get back to it. Anyway, let's get into the build. Position is going to be shooting guard. Height is going to be 6'1", and the weight is going to be 173 pounds. This build of this year is actually really crazy, and it's going to take a lot of tweaking if you want to make sure you get everything correct. I'm actually a big fan of the builder actually this year. It forces you to kind of really work through it. But yeah, I'm a fan of it this year. For the wingspan, you're going to bring it down to 6'2", and you'll see in a minute why. Anyway, let's get into the attributes. For the close shot, you're going to go with 61. For the driving layup, you're going to go with 85. For the driving dunk, you can go with 70. That'll give you at least the basic dunks for Allen Iverson. And moving on, you're going to go to your shooting. For your mid-range shots, you're going to get 85. Let me actually switch over to relevant badges so you can see the badges that I'm going to get as you build your attributes up. For three-point shots, you're going to bring it to 76. For your free throw, you're going to bring it to 82. For your pass accuracy, you're going to bring it up to 77. Your ball handling up to a 90. Your speed with ball up to an 85. And then moving into defense, you're going to bring your perimeter defense up to an 80. Your steal up to an 85. And moving into your actual physical attributes, you're going to bring your speed up to a 93. Your acceleration up to an 81. Your strength up to a 53. Your vertical up to a 70. And your stamina up to a 93. There we go. So this year, a lot of things are different. The stats in this year's game, a lot of them that didn't mean anything last year, they are very important. So for things such as the strength, the reason why I brought up to 53 is to get clamps. You could actually bring it down to 45. I just, as a smaller guard, you kind of want to have a little bit of strength. But if you really want to bring it down and do something like bring up your perimeter defense, that gets you fast feet on silver. You can kind of play with it. For me, I just personally thought it'd be better to have probably an 80 perimeter defense and then a 50 strength. But again, that's more so a personal preference tweak, in my opinion. So, yeah, a lot of the stats matter this year, and it's a lot harder this year to build out a lot of players. Driving layup, usually I get that up to a 90, 91 if I'm building an Allen Iverson build. 85 was really the most I could get with keeping, other stats that I would need accurate for this build. Ball handle at a 90. Usually I bring that to 93. Speed with ball, same thing. It is a lot harder to build because you need so many attributes for the specific builds. But I will also say for this year, playtest this build, playtest, because of the fact that some of the details are so minute. It's like what may work for, one stat, maybe, 3 or 4 points higher, and you play test it and it just doesn't work, or 3-4 points lower. You may have to just tweak it a lot. This is just a framework like I've always been giving you guys. And this is going to be the next gen build. Now, the current gen build, a lot of people, if you have current gen, you'll see it's the same builder as last year. Are the stats the same as last year? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the current gen build. So for the current gen build, the height you're going to use for this build is going to be the same exact as you did for the first time. So 6'1", 173, and wingspan of 6'2". That doesn't change. Body shape is still going to be defined. Now for these attributes, your finishing attributes are going to be 60 for close shot. Going to be driving layup of an 85. Driving dunk of a 70. And that's going to give you 16 finishing badges. For shooting, you're going to go with 85 for mid-range shot. You're going to go with 76 for three-pointer. Free throw, you're going to bring it up to 82. And that's going to give you 20 shooting badges. Playmaking, you're going to bring your pass accuracy up to 79. Your ball handling up to an 89. And your speed with ball up to an 86. And that's going to give you 24 playmaking badges. Lastly, for defense and rebounding, you're going to bring your perimeter defense up to an 80. And your steal up to an 84. Bring that defensive rebounding back down. And that's going to give you 18 defense and rebounding badges. So with 16 finishing, 20 shooting, 24 playmaking, and 18 defense and rebounding badges, you're going to have a total of 78 badges. For your physicals, you're going to go with your speed at a 92, your acceleration up to 81, your strength up to a 50, your vertical up to a 70. You're going to spend the rest on stamina. Now, for this build, your primary takeover should be easy blow-bys, and you can do like full precision, negative impact. It's the same old deal that we've been doing with a lot of the takeovers for years now. That really hasn't changed. And for this, the build will be complete, and for the current gen build, you're going to get the exact same build title. I think the same comparisons also. I think Anthony Simons may be the only one that's not the same. But I know Allen Iverson and Tyrese Maxey are both in the shades of. And you're going to get a mid-range slasher. Now for your badges, you're going to go with, for your finishing badges, you're going to go with Acrobat on gold. You're going to go with Giant Slayer on gold. You're going to go with Pro Touch on Hall of Fame. And this is going to be your core badge. And for your tier 3 badges, you're going to go with Fearless Finish on silver. So now this is, again, if the badges are the same as last year, this is probably the best setup for you. You could also kind of play with Slithery Finisher maybe, but I think that this is probably the best badge setup for an Allen Iverson build. All right, for your shooting badges, you're going to go with Claymore on bronze. You're going to go with Catch and Shoot on silver. Green Machine on gold. You can also put Corner Specialist on silver if you want, and Volume Shoot on silver. That still gets you to where you need to be. Excuse me. Volume Shooter on gold. Or Claymore, actually, I think would probably work on gold better. Bring that back down to bronze. And then for your tier 3 badges, you're going to go with Agent 3, Limitless Range, and you're going to go and 4 Binders. I would core it on gold. Deadeye is also a great option. Again, this is basically me metaing from last year. I don't think that they're going to do too many changes from last year's badge changes, at least for last gen. For next gen, you know, it could be anything at this point. We have to kind of sit and play with that. Now, for your playmaking badges, you're going to go with Ankle Breaker on gold. Quick first step on gold. You're also going to go with unpluckable on silver. And then for your tier 3 badges, you can play with bailout on silver, cord, and then killer combos on gold. And then I would actually core that one because it's 7 points, and then put bailout on silver. And then for that last one, I would go with handles for days. Of course, you can always go with clamp breaker. That's always a solid pick, but I think I like handles for days bailout with killer combos more than I like clamp breaker. Lastly, for those defense and rebounding badges, you're going to go with off-ball pest on silver, ankle braces on gold, menace on gold, and then for those tier 3 badges, you're going to go with challenger on silver and interceptor on silver. Got to core that. Clamps is always a good option. Same thing with glove, but interceptor, as long as this is broken as last year, that is always going to be the pick that I'll choose. All right, everyone, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that noti bell. Follow me at the Pennyface everywhere, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Always remember, win forever.